All right, it's Monday. Let's go. I missed Friday. I totally spaced it. I've been gearing up for my season. Totally spaced doing a video. So I'll have to do a video making up for Friday. That's neither here nor there. But just wanted to get a real quick video out to the channel today. I'm excited. You know, coming at the end of winter here, my season's going to be picking up. I'm really going to make a concerted effort this year to really plan for the winter time so that I can stay busy. A vacation's nice, but I can't not be doing something. If I said that right, I can't be off work that long. It just gets a little bit terrible after a while. So anyhow, wanted to talk today about basically just the idea of doing something that you love to do as opposed to doing what you have to do. So this is my point. I think, and I think I've done a video on this before in the past. I'm not really sure. I would need to check. I think personally, I'll be 37 this month. When I was in middle school and really in high school, which was a little bit ago now, there was just a big push to tell kids, 19, I graduated at 19, I was older, but 15 to 19-year-olds, whatever the age of a freshman up to whatever age of a senior. Anyways, there was a big push telling kids who are not even fully fledged adults, humans, forget adults, humans that is, to go pursue your interests, go do what you want to do, go do work that you love that is meaningful to you. And when you're a child, a lot of what you want to do is what you've seen in media, what you've seen in film and in music and the beautiful people, whatever. And most of us don't have the X factor, let alone the physical tools. So most of us don't look good enough. Most of us aren't athletic enough. Most of us aren't talented enough to even facilitate a lot of these occupations, if you will, or these creative pursuits. An even smaller amount of us that actually does have that ability doesn't have the X factor, which is just an intangible quality where people just like to watch you or hear you speak. Most of us that are even good enough to facilitate these roles, these positions, don't have that X factor where we can be the centerpiece of a show because people want to see us. Most of us don't have that. If you don't believe me, just look at my channel. I think I have 12 subscribers. That may be high. My views are nothing. And the reason that is because one, I do this in a very low budget way. Who cares? Then number two, at the end of the day, although everything I'm talking about is valuable and important and really empowering, no one fucking cares because no one knows who I am. And that's okay. I'm doing this for creative purposes for myself. The point is, however, there's a whole generation, predominantly millennials, that were sold a bill of goods that is entirely fraudulent, because what ends up happening is that when you get out of high school, instead of, the ones who really believed it and who really brave, they went out east, they went out west. They went to these meccas of entertainment to really jump into the industry to see if they could actually create a job for themselves in music and art and in theater and film, whatever the case may be. The ones that were truly brave, they went and did it. They just, the people that wanted to be stand-up comedians, they went out and they just made it happen. Most of us, now I did it. I actually tried to do the music thing, and the group was really talented, but unfortunately we didn't have a good vision, and at the end of the day, I just wasn't in charge. That's really the problem. But I know that sounds crazy, but that's the truth. Anyways, plus the industry was changing. By the time I was graduated from high school, and really the year after that, downloading had really hit its stride. When downloading first came out, it took a day to download, getting jiggy with it. And then basically when the accessibility to music and downloads and circumventing record stores and record sales actually happened, there was a whole time there where a lot of groups that were coming out and that were building a following basically just died because the industry changed, and everyone that was a part of the old guard died with it, typically. And we were in the process of building a following in the old manner. So that's neither here nor there. I think I've talked about it before. The point is this. Most of us didn't just play music and try to get a job or go out east or go out west. Most of us didn't do that. Most of us went to college, and while we were in college, paying for whatever it is we were paying for, I don't know what it was, we were taking on debt in something that couldn't actually give us gainful employment. We were studying gender studies. We were studying philosophy. We were studying, political science. We were studying journalism, English literature. We were spending $30,000 to $40,000 to $50,000 over our collegiate career to acquire what we were told was a skill, but was really also our passion. And we came out of college with this crippling debt that we had no way to pay back. And here's my point. A lot of people, when you start to become an adult, in your early 20s, and not everyone does, but a lot of people do start to become an adult in their early 20s, and they start to develop sort of not even like a concept of goals, but really kind of the fear and the uncomfortable reality of that if I don't get my shit together, I'll be doing the same thing by the time I'm 35. So that really starts to push on people, and they really say, I need to start doing something. But unfortunately, for a lot of people like me and my generation, we were told, pursue your interest. Well, what ends up happening, we go to college, and what we're interested in can't actually get us a job. I know countless people who had goals to go to college, to be a doctor or a lawyer, to be, to get a degree in STEM or whatever the case may be, and they just couldn't hack it scholastically. They either didn't have the genetic acumen, or they didn't have the culture, the studious culture, to actually just power through and be a C+ student, B- student, get a degree, and then get into the actual industry. They couldn't do it. So they dropped out of those courses of studies, and they started taking gender studies. They started taking feminism. They started taking black women feminism. All these degrees, journalism, sociology, philosophy, all this stuff that's all effectively fake. There's actually no skill. And what's even worse, you can learn all of that information with a $1.50 library card, where you pay $1.50 a month, and literally all that information is available to you. And you can even circumvent that, because all you got to do is get on the phone that I'm recording this video on and look all that shit up. People were spending $50,000 a year, or not a year, I'm sorry, $50,000 over their scholastic career to acquire for themselves this degree that is virtually worthless. It means nothing. There was it was an article I read some years ago that's very interesting, where the average 4-year degree, even in the fields of STEM, by the time you graduate, 50% of it's obsolete. My point to all this, I kind of got off track, I'm sorry. We were lied to about pursue what you love, do what you love. That's all BS. That's all terrible. That's all a shit show. None of that's real. No. Especially if you're a man, listen to what I'm saying. Go pursue something that can provide for you the wealth necessary to build security and stability for yourself and your family, should you choose to have one. And once you have achieved said wealth, and again, there's different levels to being rich. I've talked about this before. If you have a 3-bedroom ranch that's paid for, your cars are paid for, and you have retirement figured out, you're a rich person. Okay, you're not buying a Maserati in cash, but you're a rich person. That's important to understand that. Don't pursue what interests you. Don't do that. That is the dumbest advice that anyone could give you. No. Pursue what makes you valuable to someone else, where they want to give you their cash. Now, if it works out where the stars align, and what you love and what you're interested in is a skilled trade that allows you to build wealth, great, do it. That's awesome. But the fact of the matter is, most of us, because of media, because of film, because of music, because of the imagery and the stories that we're inundated with, most of us at a young age, and even into our 30s, the things that we're interested in, that we feel we're called to, can't earn us money because we don't have the skills, we don't have the body, and we don't have the X factor that allows us to actually be successful in those occupations. We just don't. I'm here to tell you today, especially for men, this is important for men to understand. Go pursue what makes you valuable, what makes you an asset to others. That's where you'll build wealth. That's where you'll be successful. And then once you've done that, then you can pursue, or while you're in a job that makes you valuable, or a career that makes you valuable to someone else, that increases your equity, as people like to say on the left these days. With people that have cash, you can pursue what interests you as you go, but you must always, first and foremost, pursue what makes you valuable, what makes you eligible for people to give you cash. Don't chase being a novelist, if that's the right way to say it, or don't chase being a stand-up comedian. That's all stupid. Go get a job, go build wealth, and then fund what you believe in yourself. I've paid for a lot of the music that I've recorded. I've paid for a lot of my creative pursuits because I believe in it. One comedian said, go out and bet on yourself. And I agree with that. He went hard and just said, fuck it, I'm going to go do it. I'm telling you not to do that. Go get wealth, go build wealth, and invest in yourself as you go and fulfill that creative need, because the truth is, most of us, I'm going long here and I don't like it, but most of us that were told to pursue our passion, most of us, the passion was really, it wasn't even about the art of comedy or the art of music or the art of acting. It wasn't even about that. It was really about this desire to be famous and be rich, which is sad because you're not even really interested in being a talented, skilled thespian or a talented, skilled comedian or a talented, skilled musician. You just want people to like you. And that's the danger of what happens when people say, pursue your passion. Well, my passion's in fashion. I want to be a model. Well, good luck, because there's a lot of people out there that want to do it. And if you're not willing to suck dick, and they are, you're probably not going to get the job. That's dark. That whole Me Too movement, that's what that was basically all about. How quickly we forget. But the crux of this video today is, don't pursue your passion. Pursue what makes you valuable to others. And then once you've acquired that position and you've acquired that income stream, then invest in yourself. Invest in what you want to do, and invest what is creative interest, what is creatively interesting to you. Don't believe that lie. Millions of people are struggling today because they believed the lie of idiot teachers that said, pursue what you love, do it. And really what those teachers should have said, especially to the men like me, is, hey, you're a dumb shit. You're a great guy. You're good with people. You're honest, but you're a dumb shit. You should start a business cleaning gutters, or you should go into the trades, or you should go into something where you're not going to have to look over your shoulder at a corporate office situation because you really don't fit in there. That's what they should have been telling us. And this is something that I wanted to get out today, because I've heard people talk about student loan debt and all this stuff, and now people want to absolve student loan debt, but they don't want to stop really the access to it, which is insane. And I'm not trying to get political. I'm just, you can't demonize student loan debt and want the government to pay it off, but then also not talk about stopping student loan debt in the future. This is crazy. Even if it's subsidized, if you allow people to keep going to university, keep going to college for degrees and courses of studies that can't get them a job, whether the government's paying for it via tax dollars or they're taking out a personal loan, it's still wrong, it's still criminal. So I wanted to get this out today because at the end of the day, if you're someone who does have student loan debt, or you're someone who wasted 10 years pursuing something that you really weren't equipped to do, that's okay. Stop today. Go start a business cleaning houses. Go start a business cleaning gutters. Go get into a skill trade. Get into a union. Bust your ass for 5 years in school. I got a friend of mine who's making great money while he's learning to do the trade. And once his schooling's done, he's going to jump up to $30, $35 an hour. And that's after his benefits, pension, 401k, health insurance. Go do what makes you valuable to others. Don't pursue your interests, because most likely it's a vanity-driven situation where you just want people to like you and you just want to be famous, and you're not even really interested in the art that you're trying to facilitate. Most likely. I know this is dark. I know it's kind of depressing, but this is the reality. And to a certain extent, we have to play within the confines of reality. Otherwise, we live a reality of really failure, which is kind of tragic. So wanted to get this video out. I think I've talked about it before, but it does bear repeating. Go do what makes you valuable to others. Don't pursue your interest. If the stars align and your interests line up with what makes you valuable to others, great. Good for you. You're the 1%. The rest of us, go pursue what makes you valuable to others. And then once you've established that wealth, invest in yourself and bet on yourself. If you've liked the content, like, share, subscribe. If you've hated it, send it to someone you hate.